Hey there, cannabis enthusiasts. Welcome to the One Harvest Podcast, your go-to source for all things cannabis right out of Northern Cali. The One Harvest Podcast is hosted by Aaron Conway, Kyle Hewish, and David Azevedo. And on this podcast, we dive deep into the cannabis markets, bring you the latest news, cover local events, and chat with the movers and shakers of the industry. From retailers to farmers to consumers and brand owners that make those iconic cannabis products you see everywhere. The One Harvest Podcast is proudly sponsored by Premium Momentum Consulting, where you can access premium flower and elevate your experience with Swoop It Up, the distribution app, calling all licensed cannabis distributors. Stop driving around with empty freights and get your van on the road today. Visit swoopitupinc.com to sign up. And shout out to our friends at Canacura, your healthy choice for CBD. Discover the benefits of CBD supplements at canacura.net, because your well-being is our priority. Get ready to join the cannabis conversation. Stay informed and have a good time with the One Harvest Podcast.
Sweet. Welcome to the One Harvest Podcast, brought to you by David Azevedo, Aaron Conway, and Kyle Hewish. Today we're here. We're going to be bringing in consumers, retailers, farmers, cultivators, anybody that's in the industry that wants to be real and speak about what they do in this industry, and they can help out and talk more of what we want to hear and what you want to hear. That's what we're here for. So we're going to do a little intro. I'll start with Erin. We're trying to find her a job.
I don't really want to go back to work, but it's okay.
At this moment, we'll speak about what she's doing. I know you're very talented, and that a lot of people do want you in this industry for their business, and kind of let you speak upon that.
I've done a lot of brand development, a lot of ERP build-outs, implementations, worked closely with metric and bulk sales and all the fun stuff. So
companies that you work for, I know you were with NorCal.
I was with NorCal, the parent company. Currently looking at some other options, but we'll see what happens. Going back to school, finishing the degree, letting that be a priority right now. But
what's your degree in?
Business admin with a information systems major. So there we go.
So
ERP.
All you cannabis companies, she's ready for you. Probably can't afford her, but
we'll see.
At this moment.
Yeah, give me your best offer.
I also have one of my best friends here, Kyle Hewish, as another co-host.
Glad to be here.
Very happy to have him here and respect the hell out of him. He does big things in this industry when it comes to knowing how to grow and teaching people the correct way how to grow the medicine. So I'm going to let you
It's more of a lost art, I feel. Honestly, I've been doing this for a long time, and I feel like the whole natural process on growing the plant has also almost been lost. It's like very different nowadays. People want to trick the plant and do not really the natural way on how things were supposed to be and like how I grew up learning. So yeah, it's a whole different process nowadays.
I like how you do the full spectrum. You see it all the way through.
I'm not rushing the plant. I think time is the most important thing when it comes to growing cannabis, and for the cure alone, and just how you do it and what you're feeding it. And there's a lot of things that go into it. It's quite a process.
What do you think, where you grow and how you do it, what's that one thing that really brings it and makes it a little different than your normal grower growing in or outdoor?
I mean, there's so many things. Okay, like the water, the soil, the altitude, the sun, the love, the intention. There's so many different things that can different the plant and how it comes out and how pure it can be. And a lot of people want to focus on what it looks like or what the bag appeal might be, but you want to focus on what the plant is doing for you and the high you get from it, which I feel like people have lost like the true intention of what the plant wants to do for your whole entire system and your body. And yeah, it's something.
That's amazing. I know you have a family friend and they were smoking your herb, and
Got a lot of family friends from there.
and then they
But-
literally said when they smoke your weed, they can feel the love you put into the plant.
Yeah, I had a really good teacher. I could say that. And,
Yeah, agreed.
and yeah, I think I was just brought up in the right way and how to keep the plant pure as possible and focus on the high and not the bag appeal
Now, I know you grow from seed.
only.
Do you think you're one of the only people out there right now that is growing from seed, start to end?
No, I'm sure there's people out there that are keeping like an old school route about it. I mean, I will grow clones once in a while, but more for genetics.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can cross genetic with what I have and acclimate those plants that are weak and get the ball rolling on. But also it takes a long time. It takes a year for me to like really focus on genetics. So it takes a long time. But yeah, I think seed is just the way to go for my personal way I grow things.
It's amazing. I mean, your product's amazing. It's one of the go-to sources that I smoke.
The feedback has been
I'm blessed that you blessed me with
phenomenal.
the product.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
feedback has been phenomenal the last 10 years, and especially the last few years. People say it's very strong and you don't need a lot.
I've noticed that the high lasts a lot longer, and it's a smoother transaction.
There's no come down.
Transaction.
That's what people always
Yeah.
tell me.
It's pure.
It's very pure. So there's no come down where you might get a headache or something from indoor or light dep, and yeah, there's a lot that goes into that.
It's amazing.
It's grown with love.
Very
Absolutely, every time.
honored to have both of you guys on here.
Happy to be here.
This being our first live One Harvest podcast. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and this is one of my New Year goals. So here we are in January. Like I said, my name is David Azevedo. I've been in the industry for a long time. I have a consulting company. I help a lot of manufacturers and distributions with their flower and brands. Premium Momentum Consulting. Reach out. I'm here. I'm also the founder and CEO of Swoop It Up. They are also our sponsor. Shout out to my pops, who's also an investor. Grateful for that. And then here we are at One Harvest Podcast, and I can't wait to bring in some really good people to speak about the realness of cannabis
Just
and
keeping it super real out here.
where we're at and
Yeah.
what people really need to hear, and not so much of I got this and I got that and I got bands and here we are.
Absolutely. Let us know what you want to hear too.
Please,
What do you want to talk about?
all day. Another thing is I did throw out trying to get into be an Emerald Cup judge. So I put it out there. Hopefully everything comes through. Today we're going to find out. Maybe on the show, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. But
Yeah, when the email comes in.
if so, I'm grateful. If not, I'm still grateful. I still have our ticket. We still have our tickets. We're
Yep.
still showing up,
Yes, sir.
no matter what. But I do have one guest that's very close to me, someone that actually introduced me to the Emerald Cup. Very happy he can be here today for the first show. So I'm going to bring him on. His name is Uncle Buck.
AKA The Voice.
Yeah.
Hey.
My man.
Gotta love Uncle Buck.
So
Who doesn't?
I know, right?
while Uncle Buck's getting set up over there, he used to speak about the Emerald Cup when it was in Laytonville, and when I go over to his house as a teenager and smoke a blunt. And he always told me, we got to go. And
I was at Tim Blake's spot off 101.
yeah, I mean, that's past my time.
The early days.
Yeah, I know your pop,
Pops was definitely there.
huge into it.
Yeah.
Grateful for him as well.
Super grateful.
Yeah. And
Legend.
for sure. I mean, he definitely would be a guest on this show.
That would have been a good
Yeah,
one.
but he's here with us.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, always. Welcome, Uncle Buck.
Oh, welcome. Glad to be here. Oh, a little too close. Thank you.
There we go. He's, ladies and gentlemen, in the
Tapped in.
building.
Yes, I really missed the Emerald Cup this year. And yeah, I wish you the best of luck. I hope that comes to fruition for you, that you're able to be a judge, I think
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I think you're very well qualified, and I've noticed that since you and I started indulging together. That,
Reviewing weed.
yeah, you wouldn't just smoke it; you'd like check it out, check the nose and the quality of the high, and like you had said earlier, that the eye appeal, and also that isn't the be all and end all, and a lot of people don't realize that, because I've smoked some.
That's what I'm saying. I've seen some really terrible Mexican brickweed of some sort, but the high was phenomenal. And it looks like trash, but honestly, don't judge a book by its cover.
Yes, I've been consuming marijuana for 55 years now. Yeah, I was around when we used to get mechs,
Chip it off
seeded
the
mechs,
brick,
and you'd have to have the rolling tray and everything. And yeah, it's come a long way, baby.
It sure has. In
It's
a short
like
time.
a Virginia Slims commercial. It's come a long way, baby. But yeah, like I say, we used to get some good weed from Mexico, some seedless weed.
Very sweet. Very sweet sativa.
And they packed it different. They took a lot better care of it than they did the seeded stuff. Like you say, you'd get the bricks and you'd steam them open, and there'd be a big handful of pocketed seeds in there just for the extra weight. But yeah, and I concur with my nephew that since he introduced me to Kyle, that's pretty much the only weed I smoke now. And not to take away from the dispensaries, and I really like the term your guest used the other day when he was talking about purchasing marijuana and the traditional way.
Mm-hmm.
The mass media wants to call it the black market. You know, they want it to be bad, and black people don't appreciate that either.
In the picture.
That might be a good thing.
That's why he's the voice.
We don't want to break the camera yet.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Uncle, you've seen a lot of strains in your day, huh?
Are we paused? Or are we still rolling? Yeah, there's been, like you say, a lot of different. And when I first got into trying to grow it, clones were all the rage then. It seemed like nobody was growing by seed anymore.
Really?
Like, yeah, maybe
because it was like a new thing and people were like, "Oh, it's easier. It's
Exactly,
this. It can all be the same. Like you can bunch everything together and like all go in the same bag." Because seeds, it's like having a child. They're not always going to be exactly the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can definitely see that side of things. And I've tried. I mean, I've grown some huge clones, some 5 pound, 4 pound clones, but all the nugs were tiny little.
And everyone wants like a special size, perfect nug these days because everyone's so spoiled with their flower.
That's what I'm saying, though. Fuck
So
what it
it's
looks like, honestly.
I mean, everyone has their own opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess you taste with your eyes first. What do they say? You eat with your eyes 1st.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to cannabis, I don't know if that's necessarily.
I feel like people are so drawn to name brands and they're so bougie these days and spoiled.
It's almost
with
like
stores
it's almost
on
like a
every
mentality where like they're like they need that to get the full high. They need, oh, this looks so good, I'm gonna get more high.
Totally.
I mean, really, it's the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's a lost.
And it's like you were saying about the different strains over the years, and it seems like certain strains will get popular or whatever, or be like Blue Dream was real popular for a while, and then Headband was real popular for a while.
Well, Blue Dream was popular because it was a yielder.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big plant.
I mean, I still love a little Blue Dream.
I mean,
a lot of people like Blue Dream.
I like a little sour tea every once in a while.
That shit away from me. Honestly,
I like that work weed though too.
Oh yeah, I gotta have both.
That's
daytime, nighttime. Yeah.
Higher sativa, which where are we at with that? Sativa hybrid. I mean, you growing up as a kid, it was just sativa hybrid, sativa indica. So now we're in this hybrid
Mm-hmm.
market. where
Everything. It's almost hard to get a
I
pure
feel like
indica
it's
or
all
pure
blended.
sativa.
Unless
Yeah.
you're popping your own seeds and you know where they came from, you're smoking hybrid all day.
all day.
Mhm.
You don't know the difference.
You just gotta know some OGs up in Northern California that still have those old
I got
school
one to the left of me.
strains.
Yeah.
The good seed banks.
Yeah, the old school seed banks.
So, Uncle, what do you like to smoke? Sativa, indica, or I guess we're just smoking hybrids these days. How you going about
He's more
that?
of an indica guy.
Yeah.
You want to turn your mic right there? Yeah, you can shift it over. See how it's like this on me?
Normally, I've been more of an indica. I like the
Yeah.
stronger strains.
The
And,
nighttime.
but like you guys indicated too, it depends. If you got stuff to do during the day and you just want to take the edge off,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't want.
But some of those indicas in the morning can
Put you down.
fuck up your day. Pretty
Exactly,
good.
yeah. You try to
Going
do
back to bed.
you try to do a wake and bake with a good indica, and
It
it's
can
like
change your
good.
perspective on life,
Yeah,
for sure.
That day's shot.
Yeah.
For like the next 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucked.
I had your sister, my niece, one time gave me some stuff for my birthday, and it was a strain that Peace and Medicine was growing
She likes sativa, right?
back before it
Yeah,
changed
Mel.
over
Yeah.
to Spark, and it was a strain called Lily Coy. Have you guys ever? Are you familiar at all with it?
No.
You'd
Man,
have to.
I thought it was nighttime weed. I went home. I was ready. I rolled up a fatty, and I wanted to.
You stayed up
smoke
all
it.
night.
Man, going from room to room,
Cleaning.
forgetting what the hell I went there for. I was stoned out of my mind, but I was zingy dingy. I was getting
Work weed. That's what
yeah.
you
I
call
was
it.
like,
Work
boy,
weed.
I want to get something done, and I get to the next room. I'm like, what the fuck did I come in here for? You know, and then I'd have to go back to the original room to
I always
remember.
tell David just to walk it off.
Yeah, we call it the walk-off.
Walk it off, man. That's the only thing you do.
Kyle grows a lot of walk-off weed. It's probably those Colombian
can't sit
seeds that your
still,
dad
you
got
just
a long
gotta,
time ago.
Yeah. Little hybrids. You
Every
make it.
once in a while, they come in.
Remember when we went up there, I was talking to one of the farmers. I don't want to name names. I don't want to be.
Please don't.
I don't want to be one of those guys. But we were talking about it, about the old Panama Red strains and the old
Colombian
Colombian,
Gold.
the different, because there were different strains of Colombian too. People, there was red, there was gold.
Got to go up in the mountains for that red.
Yeah, but get Thai weed. We used to get Thai weed back in the day.
Thai weed?
Thai weed was
Thai
always
weed,
very
yeah.
sativa.
Mhm.
Like-
Explain Thai weed.
Go ahead.
Like, I know flour pretty well, but what do you...
I think it started off with the Thai sticks.
This, yeah, it came on actually tied onto a stick.
Yeah.
You know, and you know how we are. And then Americans started doing it themselves, saying it was Thai weed, trying to pass it off as Thai weed.
Oh, okay.
They just tie it to a stick and go, yeah, this is Thai weed. And it's like, it's weed that's tied up, but it's not from Thailand.
They also had the Buddha sticks, right? That was laced with opium.
Yeah.
And that was another thing
I had
coming out of Thailand.
I mean,
Learn something new every day. It's
I
crazy.
think I told you
She'll lay you out.
Yeah.
my
bet.
my cousin
Opium.
who's yeah
Yeah.
laced with
Don't need to be
yeah.
laid out.
My cousin was in Vietnam, and he somehow got a hold of
Some seeds.
the death certificate things that they put on the packages when the soldier dies, and it goes straight through customs right to the family.
Oh, that's a nice
So
sticker to have.
so he was sending home weed to himself that you could trade a carton of Camel cigarettes, Camel Straights, the old
Mhm.
Turkish blend Camel Straights,
Mhm.
for a carton of cone rolled Vietnamese joints,
Oh.
and they were
yeah, it was
laced.
big in the military.
They were
Yeah.
laced with opium, and oh boy,
Yeah, I've heard some stories.
Yeah.
Pops told me too.
my
stories.
cousin and I broke into it, and we smoked quite a bit. The mechs, a lot of the seeded mechs, and we smoked about half a joint and sat it in the ashtray, and neither one of us could
That's
get back
awesome.
to the ashtray.
You slowly get lower and lower
yeah,
to the
we're
ground.
just like yeah,
Melting in
Just-
basically.
Yeah,
You're
faded
laying on the
into
ground like,
sunset.
We don't
Yeah,
recommend that.
shit.
Yeah.
We do not recommend that.
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a time and a place.
It
okay?
reminded me of that
Facts.
poster.
We're here for the medicine.
Moderation.
That is medicine. Opium
All
comes from a plant.
moderation.
It definitely does.
It's plant medicine.
Yeah.
If you go about it the right way.
but it reminded me of
Dr.
that
Kyle, when
post.
are we using this?
It has its purposes.
I can't get my hands on it. But
Probably a good thing.
I wasn't stating that way, but
Have you guys ever seen that old time poster, "Stoned Again," and the guy's his face is all drooping and shit?
no,
One of those Dare
Yeah.
commercials.
But that's what that reminded me of. That's when you smoke that shit, it was like, oh man, stoned again. You'd
Couch
just
lock.
be like stoned to the bone. Yeah, couch lock. Yeah, I haven't seen anything like that around. You don't need it with the strains that you guys are growing
For
today.
sure.
I mean,
The
it's
herb
like-
back then was a lot weaker than it is today.
Yeah.
THC is way higher. I mean, everything's higher.
It's come a long way.
That has come a long way in a short time.
Yeah, I mean, the flavors and just the
Shout out to
terpene level.
NorCal doing
right?
his thing. Hybrids, people crossing
Pro-
crosses that just
Crazy,
wouldn't
like,
think of, and
Some of the
very creative.
high terpene flower that you grow, and I dry hit it, and it's a pina colada. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it tastes so amazing.
Creating strains it's amazing. It's a really fun process.
Yeah, I really appreciate the flower that has high terps. Obviously, I like gas too.
Yeah,
Gas is always that go-to.
candy gas.
Candy gas is what's that number
Mm.
one seller? I'm pretty sure right now, at least what I'm hearing through with the brands. I mean, gas has been around for a long time. I'm sure gas weed has
Well,
been
Chem Dog was like the first really
Gassy
gassy
weed.
plant.
for
Well,
sure.
I mean, a lot of people are starting to, instead of doing hybrid indica sativa, they're doing like the flavor profile. So they're doing
Mhm.
gas, they're doing fruity, they're
Mhm.
doing all the other ones. It's getting creative and it's keeping your brand
For
options
sure.
wide open.
Yeah,
Mhm,
100%.
It's pretty cool. I
It
mean,
is.
it makes way more sense.
It seemed like when the local guys around here started growing, it was the skunk weed. Remember the skunk?
Yeah.
Skunk weed, yeah.
A lot of the skunk weed, and they were
Reminds me of
trying to
high
be
school.
discreet about
For
it,
sure.
and it was hard to be discreet with skunk
That
weed.
shit
you know?
reeked.
Yeah,
Smelling
That's high school weed.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Put that shit in your high school locker.
yeah.
Yeah.
Done for.
Your
Everyone
backpack, your
knows.
parents know.
Oh yeah.
Leave that backpack outside.
Yep.
Back in the day, they used to have this stuff called patchouli oil that you'd wear.
Patchouli.
Yeah, patchouli oil that
Patchouli.
you'd
Still
wear
a thing.
It's
to
definitely still a
cover
thing.
up the smell of marijuana, and they kind of outlawed that. Like, you can't come to school wearing patchouli oil. Yeah.
Tell my parents that.
I was say my dad. would-
That's amazing. I really love having you here, Uncle Buck. It's been an honor to have you on the cast. This first introduction to One Harvest podcast, it's just amazing. I can't wait to see where we go and how far this goes and the type of people we bring on and the knowledge that's going to be out there so other people that are interested in maybe smoking cannabis or have been smoking cannabis for a long time can maybe learn something and know more of the history and the medicine behind it, which is really a great thing. I think for me myself, I think it's definitely helped me with like anger, being patient, and just overall just life. Life is a lot, especially these days in 2024, and it's nice to be able to smoke a J or smoke some flower and
Just having the knowledge. on,
remember.
like, what strain you want, like what direction you want to go, and what you're looking for. Yeah, this is,
For sure.
So yeah,
How's that coffee?
it's wearing off.
I don't know that
Should have got a large.
you guys probably would ever hear me saying this, but I think we might have a politician that's actually a friend of ours. Assemblyman Matt Haney seems to be in our corner.
420 friendly.
Yeah, he's trying to
Oh.
push through some legislation to get I was talking to you about it the other
Mm-hmm.
day, to get the cannabis cafes going here, like the
Mhm.
same style they have in
Spain,
Amsterdam.
yeah,
and
Spain, and
Yeah, and that'd be good. And I'd like to get in his ear and see if he can't get up there and start lobbying to get these taxes down a little bit.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
that'd be a
because
game changer.
Because I got to say, when I'm in the dispensary, the shelf price doesn't offend me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get offended till I get up to the cash register and
That
Uncle
tax is
Sam and
brutal.
everybody else jumps in on me, and I'm like, "What the hell just happened here?"
Mhm.
Yep.
You
Price
know?
just doubled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like,
Prices are fairly fair in the market right now.
mhm.
Not fair to the farmer right now.
Not at all.
No,
but
that's-
looking
yeah,
at retail
wholesale needs to-
specifically, I mean, they're not bad. the prices are not terrible for what you're getting
Mhm.
for the most part. I mean, there's always going to be that super crazy expensive brand that just is never going to go anywhere, but everybody wants that on that little niche. But
Mhm.
for the most part, it's affordable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's just not affordable to grow, looking at the taxes and all the other bullshit that's
Mhm.
tied to it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Haven't done any research, but has there ever been any other industry that has been legislated and taxed so hard coming out of the gate? It's like they're trying. It's like a fledgling industry. It's give them a chance, man. Quit taxing them so hard. And like you say, give the growers a chance to make some money.
Yeah,
Sure.
I
Maybe
think
the-
it's a control thing right now, Uncle. I think it's just the higher people in this world trying to have more control in the industry, and that's the way they can do it. So when you see taxes going down, you'll see Uncle Sam's face on a cannabis brand. That's my thought. When it's federally legal and you see their face there, I think taxes are going to be a little different.
They're going to have to be. I mean,
Yeah.
this
well,
isn't sustainable.
yeah, look at tobacco and alcohol.
Mhm.
Exactly.
It's 5 times more than that for cannabis. It's crazy.
Exactly. That's
And look
what
at the
I'm
negative
saying.
impact of both of those.
Oh
Yes.
my
It's
gosh.
just
I can go on all day for
It's
that.
night and day.
exactly. It's a control issue.
Let's sell
Good
this.
old US.
Let's sell poison. Let's sell poison, but let's not sell
Well, it's
medicine.
called
that's-
something else, and it's
Yeah.
it's been a mess since. Alcohol is just terrible in general, in my opinion.
Yeah. Even though you consume it.
I do.
Moderation.
So do I.
Moderation is
Yeah.
important.
Moderation's key, but it's looking at this plant medicine. It's like what it's
It's
proven to help
Yeah.
for sure.
so many different things. It's what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
It's whack.
I don't like waking up with a hangover. I'll tell you that much.
Nope. No
Same.
time for that.
I think aren't there properties in wine that are actually good?
Oh yeah,
Good
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
us?
digestive
Yeah.
and
I
yeah.
believe Grandpa used to say 1 glass of red wine is
Yeah.
good for the heart.
My grandma used to drink a little juice glass of Dago Red before bed every night.
Also, some pure tequila has some benefits too.
My father-in-law,
Yo.
he always mentioned, shout out to Emilio, if you're sick, take a shot of tequila, it'll clear the throat.
If you're feeling a little sick, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Tequila cures everything. So, firm believer.
Even the hangover from tequila, it cures that.
that natural plant medicine again.
Right.
That plant medicine.
That guave, I believe. Guave?
Agave?
Agave.
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 Yeah.
I love it. Whatever it is.
100% agave.
I'll take it.
Blue
100%.
agave.
Blue
Yes.
agave.
hmm
Mm.
It's good shit.
And then
See how I asked the farmer,
what's-
everybody?
what's mezcal?
Oh, some
Awful.
mezcal.
I can't
no,
do it.
mezcal's amazing.
I can't do it.
That
It's
smoky
smoky.
charcoal
That
flavor.
smoke, yeah.
I can't
Ooh.
do smoky.
Love it.
Now
Leave it.
that's a different plant than the
It's
agave
No,
plant?
same plant. It's a different process on how they.
Oh, okay.
I'm not totally sure about how they cure it or
It's a different
the
fermentation
fermentation,
and
they incorporate. I think just smoke and the fire with some of the. I'm not totally sure, honestly, but yeah.
It sounded really good. You're
I-
on a roll there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god.
No, I mean I love mezcal. It's
I love-
different. It's very different.
I love to smoke weed and sip alcohol.
On
Like, not mezcal, but like
Ah.
some wine or.
wine and cannabis combo is a game changer
Well, even
for some
whiskey,
good
though.
sleep or
Yeah. I mean, even.
And we're in like the perfect location.
Oh,
for
yeah.
that.
we are.
we
I
got
guess.
best
I mean,
wine.
We got NorCal,
Yeah.
we got Napa, and Sonoma.
now we got these breweries coming up, man. But yeah, let's, like I said before, appreciate you guys, and I think this is going to be something huge in the future. And yeah, one love, one harvest, baby.
Yeah, we'll just have fun in the process and
Keep
See
it
how
going.
goes.
keep it going, keep
Yeah.
it real, answer questions.
Keep on trucking.
Keep on
Let us know what you
smoking.
want to
keep
hear.
on keeping
Keep
it,
on smoking.
you know?
Keep on smoking.
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
Speaking of that, let's roll
It's
some.
about that time.
Uncle, you got something rolled?
It's 420 somewhere.
Hey.
Oh yeah, I always got one rolled.
I know you do.
I don't
the
travel without one in my pocket.
let's light it up.
Here we go.